So, dinosaurs and man, did they actually coexist? Well, actually they did. There's so many footprints of both dinosaurs and humans walking alongside each other. Now, the Anunnaki were around at this time and they did eat the dinosaurs, and I'll show you that in the next video as to why the Anunnaki definitely were around. But also the Bible, which was only 2,000 years old, as you know, mentions a behemoth, which is a dinosaur. So what we've got here is proof that dinosaurs didn't die out 65 million years ago. In fact, they continued right up until basically humans wiped them out with the Anunnaki's help. Obviously there was more humans at this point than there were Anunnakis, and of course the Anunnakis eventually left, so we destroyed the remaining dinosaurs, and I'll explain more in the next video. Dinosaurs and man, really important. This is a Stegosaurus. Have a good look. He's died out apparently millions and millions of years ago. However, there's a depiction here in Angkor Wat that looks like a Stegosaurus. Mainstream say it's not a Stegosaurus because the front nose part doesn't actually look like this. Now, they say it doesn't look like it, so therefore it's not. Man wasn't around when Stegosaurus was around. However, guess how many complete skeletons they've got of the Stegosaurus? Six worldwide. That's like saying a Great Dane dog, you know, those massive Great Danes. If you found a Chihuahua, you would say that's not a dog. You found the skeleton of it, because it's nothing like the Great Dane. The Great Dane's massive. So what I'm saying is there's only 6 full skeletons found, and they're not allowed to dig round Angkor Wat to find any more skeletons. So it's possible that the breed of Stegosaurus around Angkor Wat is different. This is an Ica stone found in Peru by a farmer. There's about 40,000 of them. The patina matches the date, which is supposed to be, you know, thousands of years old. So that we've got people that say no, they're not really that old. It was done by the guy because he wanted to sell them. But 40,000 of them, you try and do that. How many days is that going to take? You'd need to do hundreds a day just to be able to do that, and then in the hope that you'll sell them, which is quite impressive. Now they've also got actual textures on them, which is quite fascinating. But also there's this particular fish that was supposed to be extinct, so how could someone have drew that if they didn't know what to see? But also what's important is the fact that the Anunnaki were in fact fighting the dinosaurs there. As you can see, there's so many of these where they're fighting them. I'll carry on more about these stones on the next one because I'm running out of time. So you see here an Anunnaki riding a dinosaur, and see the textures on the dinosaur. Now, this is still one of those Ica stones, as I was mentioned in the previous video. Now, that person on that dinosaur would have had to have been 12 foot tall to look like that on against the dinosaur. Now, there was a story about the actual finder of these, and he turned around and said, you know, the truth originally. However, he changed his story because Peru, because he was trying to sell these stones that he'd found, which is fair enough, they were being taken outside of Peru. So the local customs in Peru went to him and said, you can't sell antiquities out of our area, we're going to put you in prison. He then had to turn around and say it was fake in order for him not to be arrested. So if you hear the story that he says they're fake, wouldn't you do that? I mean, to actually be arrested in Peru, I wouldn't want to, so I would have also lied. But these are genuine stones. Here is it would be about a 12-foot character sitting on top of, if it was to scale, on top of a Triceratops. Now this was carved in around 2,500 years ago, and was found in 1944 along with 33,000 other of these weird dinosaur type figurines, and these are called the Acambaro figurines. Now what's interesting is if you look at this one, now bearing in mind that could have been an Anunnaki on there, but if you look at this one, he's resting on his towel, he's leaning on his towel, and there's loads of those where it shows that they're sort of using their towel instead of their legs. Now if you look here in Arizona, which is way away, there was a cave drawing which does look like a weird sort of creature resting on its towel. So again, this is more proof that humans wouldn't have made these things up if there wasn't something to. Who are you going to trust? Look, the reason why I'm doing this video is because there's some people on the last video that said that archaeologists are mainstream, 100% right, and people like myself are just completely idiots. I'm just trying to show you that they do get it wrong. Look, these are statues are in Crystal Palace in the UK. That horn on its nose, turns out it was actually supposed to be a thumb, but you know, they get it wrong. And scientists lie. Yes, there's studies out there that says that because of the funding sources, sometimes they get pressured to lie or to change the facts because it doesn't fit with whoever's funding it. And a lot of these funds are done by companies or the elite that want to keep their narrative going. So look, just proving again, because people might have missed the fact that there's dinosaur footprints with human footprints. And look at this cave drawing in Utah. I mean, if that isn't a dinosaur. Yes, you can ask me a question. I thought I'd do a little interlude before I carried on with the other ones that I'm going to be doing, you know, moving up to more present times, such as the real aliens. But if there's any questions you want to ask me, I've got 30 years of crap in my head, research, and I'm willing to, you know, devote a minute of my time to your questions if I can. You can ask anything. It doesn't have to be future related. It could be stuff that I've already done that you might just want to clear up a question, that because obviously I might not have done the answer to something because obviously I only have a minute to do it. Or it could be anything to do with, I don't know, spirits, ghosts, the afterlife, past life regression, cattle mutilations, aliens, obviously different breeds of aliens, stargates, time travel, anything you want, ask me. TikTok's allowed me to upload longer videos. So this is just an update on the Acambaro figurines that show dinosaurs and sometimes humanoid figures and sometimes both of them together. And the reason why I'm doing an update is a lot of people have thrown out logic because the computer says something, they believe it. So basically, let's lay down the facts. So the facts are 32, I may have said 33 on the other video, but 32,000 of these different types of figurines were found by a farmer in Mexico in 1944. And scientists have dated it back to 2,500 years ago. So that's obviously before Jesus Christ. Now that means dinosaurs and man would probably have existed together. So this website out there that says no, they're fake, and they're fake because why? I don't actually understand why they're fake. You know, it's not like it's a copy of an iPhone or something. These are genuine articles, but so the only thing I can think is that they're fake because they're saying that the dating's wrong. So, and obviously because no one wants to know that the dinosaurs lived with man, because then it opens up a whole can of worms about Anunnaki and then religion and bang. So let's assume that they're right and that the dating's wrong and that the farmer made 32,000 of these, which would have took him a year, and that means he would have stopped doing anything, you know, work on his farm for a whole year, just to pretend that these are older than they are. So he would have had to have hoped that someone important comes along and believes him, or he was going to sell them, which is what they're saying that he did. No, he didn't obviously sell them because he had 32,000 still in the bloody farm. So, you know, start using logic. So you're telling me that he made these, tried to pretend to people, and this is 1944. How many passers-by in a farm in 1944 is he going to be able to sell 32,000 of these clay models, which you could probably build yourself? These are the Ica stones, slightly different, which I've talked about. But you know, who's going to buy these fragile clay figurines? So he's wasted a year, and all he's got out of it is nothing because they're still sitting in his field where he found them. So come on, use logic. Someone, even if he had a couple of people working with him to make these, you do 100 and then you sell them, and you do another 100, you do 1,000 even, but not 30. You don't sit there for a year or more doing 32,000 just to try and fool someone. And this is 1944. So please stop believing absolutely everything and start using logic. In 2003, a T-Rex leg bone was found, and what made this different was that it still had soft tissue, which is normally fossilized. So they dated the bone to be 75 million years old because, hey, that's when T-Rexes walked the earth. So there's a mismatch there. You've got soft tissue that shouldn't survive that long, and yet T-Rexes, as far as mainstream is concerned, lived 75 million years ago. So you guess where I'm going with this. So what if that T-Rex isn't as old as they think it is? Let's just say it's 3,000 years old. That would explain the soft tissue. And as I've mentioned before in previous videos, dinosaur bones and dinosaur footprints, etc., coexisted with man around 3,000 plus years ago. Dinosaurs and man. Well, apparently Genesis, the book of Genesis, said that Noah's Ark actually had some dinosaurs on it. I've spoken before about the footprints, which to me, you know, is real proof that at the same time humans walked on the same mud before it eventually became rock, as dinosaurs, and the footprints are the same age as dinosaur footprints. But something you may not know, because this isn't said a lot, back in 1971, they found some dinosaur bones in rock alongside human bones. In fact, there was a family of 4 people, human bones alongside dinosaur bones. They don't really tell you this in mainstream news, obviously. The dinosaurs are supposed to be 140 million years old, but yet they're found with humans, which we know didn't come into existence until a lot later than 140 million years old. This is a dragon. Well, it's a lizard found in Southeast Asia. It's not a dragon because these 2 wings are not arms. Now, for a dragon to be a dragon, it would need these as arms, which means 4 legs and 2 arms. Lizards only have 8 legs, 4 legs, or no legs. So for a dragon to be a lizard, it would have needed these as arms. However, that's not to say there wasn't really dragons out there. I mean, you can do a search on Google. Careful, Google censors things now really badly. So I typed in happy white woman. Someone else had done this, and that's where I've got the idea from. Happy white woman. Okay, mixed race and not white, not happy either. Go to DuckDuckGo, type in happy white woman, same thing, and you get happy white women. So our history, you know, from dragons to aliens, is being absolutely killed by Google. Wait, this is the Princess Bride story with giants and monsters, etc. So look at this character here. Now, if you do that in proportion to the same size as the Anunnaki, that would be about right, 8 to 12 foot tall compared to the people of the time. So that would explain that the Anunnaki were in Egypt, which is what we've been saying all along. But dinosaurs, now look at this creature here. Long-necked creature being roped by, look, captured by 2 people. Now, we know these are not giraffes. These are not like any creatures we've ever seen. So what are they? You know, they've got an ox down here. So that's fine. They did have oxes in Egypt. But what are these? No, they don't knock these up for fun. You know, they really don't. You know, and they don't make someone tall for the fun of it. Everything's in proportion. So what were these dinosaurs, maybe? Serious question. Which one of these 2 are you looking at more? The lady or the man? Now, in ancient Greece, they actually all looked at the man with muscles. Now, they actually did this because they found the male body to be far more important than the female's body. And ignore the fact that this guy is about 12 foot tall compared to normal humans. That's only because he was an Anunnaki god. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? And I have to put that little thing there because it seems like it was a cold day when this pose was taken, and I will get this removed if I don't. But just showing you here how they adored the male body compared to the female, where they seem to cover them up mostly. So there you go. In ancient Greece, if you had muscles, you would have been a celebrity. The Rock would have done very well in ancient Greece.